Hi everyone. So today I'll be solving day 4 question of 30-day lead code challenge. I know I am delayed by one day because yesterday I was busy with some office work and there was a Google code jam as well. So I just tried to get the qualification score of 30 so that I can be a part of round one as well. I'll be sharing my approach and discussion about Google Code Jam round as well. But today, let's try to get a streak going and try to solve this fourth question as well. So, the question is given an array, write a function to move all the zeros to the end while maintaining the relative order. So basically, it's asking us to move all the numbers which are not zero in that order to the front and have all the zeros at the back. You need to do this in place without making a copy of the array and minimize the total number of operations. Let's discuss out. Let's brainstorm the approach. Let me write the question. So, uh, 0, 1, 0, 3, 12. So one way I think would be when I encounter zero, uh, I at that point I try to find any positive value like to the right of it and then move it to the and then swap them. So basically, like I'm at I equal to 0, so I find the rightmost element, positive element, which is at I equal to 1, so I swap them, so my array becomes 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma 3 comma 12. Now my I is 1, so then I try to find the next positive element, which is 3, and then I swap them, so then my array becomes 1 comma 3 comma 0 comma 0 comma 12, and then I encounter I equal to 2. I encounter another 0. I look for a positive value on the right of it, which is 12, and then I swap them out, so my new array becomes 1 comma 3 comma 12 comma 0 comma 0. But in this approach, what I'm doing is for each value here I'm traversing the whole array again, right? Kind of. So my worst case complexity can come up to O of n square. So this would obviously fulfill the criteria of in place change without making a copy of the array, but it's not minimizing the total number of operations, because in a way it's going like the total operations taken is O of n square. I'm thinking if we can do it better. I'm pretty sure we can do it better. Okay, let's try with a. I think whenever we need to solve questions of this type, we generally go with approach using two pointers. So what do I mean by that is, that we have one pointer obviously for traversing the array, which is for loop, so that I is one pointer, and then we keep something like value, say uh, positive number. So I'll just call this variable pn, yeah, pn, which is or else yeah, so basically I'm trying to think that I have two pointers, one pointer that keeps like what do you say, knows the location of the positive number, so that when I encounter a zero, I can just swap them out. But in order to track or keep the indexes of the positive value, let's say if I take use of another array or another stack, it's again kind of uh, making use of extra space, and I think that's not they want. Mm, mm. Okay, so maybe we can make use of something else. I don't know if this will work. Let's say I have an index variable, another which is 0. Um, so whenever I encounter a number which is not positive, let's think about the cases. Like, I was thinking through the cases where we encounter a 0 and then we do something with it. What if uh, we just look for the positive number and we do something with that? Mm, okay, so hmm, okay, what okay, I think this might work. So what I'm trying to do is, let's say we traverse through the um, array once and get the count of zeros. um, let's say int count is 2. In our case, there are two zeros. Now then I start another for loop, right? I less than n, I'm calling this size as n, I plus plus, and then I keep an index of this variable 0, right? So if I encounter, I call this array a. If I encounter a of I which is not equal to 0, um, then in that case I update a of index, let's say a of index as a of I, and then I plus plus index, and then I make a of I as 0. Will that work? So what I'm trying to do here is, let's go loop by loop. So I is 0, a of I is not 0, don't do anything. I is 1, a of I is not 0. So I make a of index, because the value of index is 0, so I make a of 0 equal to 1, and I make a of 1 equal to 0. Interesting. Now next time when I go to I equal to 2, I don't do anything. So right now, after this iteration, after I equal to 2, my array looks something like this: 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma 3 comma 2, right? Now let's say, let me open another window to make it better. So let's say now now my I becomes 3, right? I is 3, I3 is not equal to 0, so an index value was 1 this time, so I make a of 1 as 3 and a of 0 1 2 3 as 0, right? So now my array looks something like this: 3 0 0 comma 12. Now let's say I come to I equal to 4. I4 is not equal to 0, so my index was 2 now. So okay, I think this solves the case. So let's quickly code it up. I don't need to keep count of number of zeros. I thought I might, but this could be easily solved without that. Okay, so fine. Let's simply make nums of index equal to 0 and index plus plus nums of I equal to sorry, nums of index should be nums of I because we are updating it. Nums of I equal to 0. I think this should. I think so. I think this is the approach. Okay, so this is the corner case here. Maybe I don't make this 0, and then whatever indexes as left, I just make them 0. Nums of I. So I'm just updating the index values with num of I, and whatever is left I just make it 0 at the end. Awesome. This was an interesting question, so I hope you guys understood it, so I can explain it again. I'll take it a new sheet. Take it a new sheet. Okay, so you see initially index is 0, right? I is 0. Now a of I, which is 0, this condition doesn't work, so we move on. I becomes 1. Now a of I is 1, so our index is 0, right? So we make a of 0, which is a of index, as 1, and we just increment the index, which is 1 now we encounter 0 again, we don't do anything. Now here we encounter 0 again when I equals to 3, index is 1, we encounter that is not equal to 0, so we make a of index value was 1, a of 1 equal to 3, and we make index equal to 2, right? Now we encounter I equal to 4, which is, so now we make index of 2 equal to 12. So my array, and then I exit out of this for loop. So my array looks something like this: 1, 3, 12, 3, 12, right? But my index value is at this point because index is 0, 1, 2 till here. After this index will become 3. So I know that I already have moved all the values that I needed to move. So whatever these values are left, we should get 0 here. So I just do a for loop from I equal to index till the end and just make it 0, and that's the final answer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like the video. Thank you.